And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Duster Squad podcast, the most anticipated episode of the year.
Of course.
It is the end of the season and the beginning of the postseason, which means bracket time. But we're going to get to that later. Because first, Nick was on a trip and we want to hear about it. So, Nick, how's it going?
Oh, yeah,
you
dude.
look like you were liberally applying the sunscreen like a wuss.
Yeah, and it didn't work because I still got burnt. Yeah, so we went down to Florida on Monday. We flew out of Boston, and yeah, it was a good time. We had the second day. The second day it was kind of crappy, but then the last two, Thursday, Friday were really nice. So
Nice.
and we came back Saturday. Favorite part of the trip was definitely the daiquiri deck. If you're ever in Siesta Key, go to the daiquiri deck.
Where is that?
Is it a deck that serves daiquiris by chance?
Yes, all sorts of frozen, like slushy daiquiris, and they are delicious.
That drink just always makes me think of Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh, Deadshot daiquiri. Yep.
Yeah.
Where is Siesta Key? Is it Gulf Side?
Gulf side.
Ooh, I like the Gulf Side.
Interesting.
The Gulf Side's nice because if you want to see if you want to see the sun over the water, you don't have to get up super early. You can just go see the sunset.
Yeah,
which is nice.
Very nice.
we went to see the sunset one night, and it's pretty cool because Liz was like, just watch because it's gonna go really quickly once the sun hits the horizon. And I felt like a minute went by and it was like gone.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, that's fun. I'm jealous.
Jealous. We decided before we left that I was going to use the cream sunscreen, right?
Oh, the lotion. Ugh.
Yeah, the lotion shit. That stuff sucks and I hate it. But
it barely works anyway.
We were like, well, that'll stop me from burning. And I'll have to tell you guys. I'll tell you guys in person how I got burnt the first day because it's not worth going on about here. But
he burned his butt cheeks, boys.
It didn't matter because I have like splotchy burn marks everywhere. Like I got one on my forearm right here, and then a couple down my side, and I burnt my stomach and my back, and I don't know how because we put sunscreen on multiple times, and those are two spots that we easily got.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense how I got burnt there, and I burned along my hip line.
So you're just got
pasty white
leopard print sunburns.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, dude, it wasn't even. You didn't even get like Florida weather. I mean, you did.
No. So the first couple days when we flew in on Monday, it wasn't it was nice, but it wasn't great. The second day wasn't bad. The third day sucked, sorry. And then the Thursday, Friday was fine.
Yeah. But I was texting.
We had thankfully, thank God there was a breeze because otherwise I would have died. The last day, so on Friday, we went to the beach in the morning, and then it got so hot that we were like, Liz was like, oh, I had to sit under the umbrella because I got torched the day before. That's when I got burnt, and I burnt the shit out of my head. And at that point, my back and my chest were so tender, I didn't want to be in the sun because it just hurt. And so she laid out for a little while. We were there for 4 hours. Then we went to the pool.
Nice.
And it was so hot.
Well, why don't I just tell you? How far down the Gulf is that?
I think it's pretty far.
Okay, maybe it was hotter there because I was texting my sister and she's up a little bit north of Tampa, and she was like, "It's 86 here." I was like, "Dude, it's 89 here."
So it's funny, right? So it was I know it was 80s ish around New York last week, right? So we flew back in yesterday, and we went to a birthday party. And it was, all of 80 yesterday too. And it's funny because the heat down there and the heat up here are not the same.
It's just you feel it more down there.
Our last day was
moist.
80. It was probably 83, 84, right? but it felt like a fucking gazillion degrees because of how hot the sun was. But up here yesterday, it didn't like. I was warm, but I had pants on all day yesterday, and I was fine.
It's also going to be
Yeah.
probably way more humid in Florida than up here.
Yes. Well, very nice.
But all in all, it was a good trip.
Did you get a sweet new hat for your collection?
I did. Yep.
Nice.
So I wore my Oakley hat down, and I was like, if I sweat, I'm gonna ruin this thing. So I got that.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
All right. Eric, how are you?
I'm good. I guess I'll give you guys some roller hockey updates because I haven't done that.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do
But,
because I saw a post.
What was the post?
I
We need
totally
to-
forgot.
Actually, if you want to check it out, we did a full house Marky Mark and the Funky Pucks video. Oh my
I gotta
god!
look at that.
You guys can look at it.
That sounds amazing.
On the page, but yeah, no, I actually scored a goal, and I haven't scored a goal.
Yeah.
in
Let's fucking
2
go.
years. I know. I was so our team. The one thing, if I in terms of knowing your place, I'm a defenseman, and every defenseman on our team the defensemen are the best skaters because we need like reliable back skaters, right, to play good defense. And a lot of the defensemen on our team just like will rush up with the puck, and then no one will like the forwards don't know to always rotate back. So it's usually just me. So I'm like, well, I gotta be positionally sound.
Yeah.
So usually I'm just like, oh, like just hanging back there, trying to like block passes, block shots, and then when I get the puck, usually like I'm looking to pass first, right? Like if I see a forward or whatever, just give him a pass.
And this time you decided
to
dangle everybody.
Well, so no, I joined the rush, and of course we turned it over. So I'm going back. I'm like, God dang it! And I'm like one of the last people going back because I like kind of went like behind the net. So then as I'm crossing the center line, because there's no neutral zone in roller hockey, there's only one center line. As I'm crossing the center line, we get a player on my team knocks the puck off of someone's stick, and it just goes out to the red line. And I'm like, oh my god, the puck's coming right to me. So I take it and I curl with it. I'm like, oh my god, I actually have time to shoot. This never happens. So I looked at the goalie, and the goalie was a bigger guy, and he was kind of cheating towards his blocker side.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Let me just like try to shoot high over his glove, and I shot it. It was pretty hard. I don't have the hardest shot, but it was like right like in this area, like by his shoulder. And he like it kind of handcuffed him, and it like hit off his glove and went in. And I'm like,
oh yeah,
hell yeah,
okay.
That's sick. That's sick.
Yeah. So that was 2 weeks ago. So I played in 2 leagues, the North Division and the South Division. The South Division is just like all of these actually Mark, the captain, it's like all of his friends who like just started playing roller hockey. So that's really just like a meme team.
Yeah.
And then the North Division is like all of our better skaters playing. And we won our first 2 playoff games. One of which I scored a goal in, and then we got destroyed our last 2.
Meme team.
We've been eliminated. We've been eliminated in both leagues.
Wait, 2 and 2 means you're eliminated? What?
So no. So it's like it's 2 weeks ago we had our first round playoff games, and we won both of them. So we moved on to the next round, and then we lost both of them. It's a 1 game like winner go kind of situation. Yeah.
I see.
All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, we lost, but it was fun. It was a fun season.
That does remind me, though. I wanted to ask. You think we'll get up to some pickup roller maybe when we're down in May or something on the Sunday, maybe?
Honestly, it could happen.
Those guys are gonna fucking destroy us if we.
We're just gonna be fucking around. It's not like. Also, I'm
no.
definitely gonna rollerblade a little bit before I come down because I am not in shape. I am not in shape at all. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on. I have to see. That's true because a Sunday actually might work perfectly because
I'm gonna bring my blades, but
yeah, but also like that's when like some of my buddies are off, so that actually could work very well. I know it'd be really cool if you guys could like see the indoor rink that I play at, but the thing is like because they do have open hockey there, which is really fun, but you need indoor wheels for that and stuff like that because the surface is really slippery if you have like regular outdoor wheels, so I wouldn't bother doing that.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be nice out. Like I'd rather just stay outside.
Yeah, man, anyway. We gotta get.
I mean, even that one place you brought us to was cool as hell. Like that's
Marjorie Taylor. Park was it?
Yeah.
I kept asking because I kept forgetting.
Marjorie Post Park.
Oh shit!
Marjorie Post.
I was thinking of,
and that's what we'd be doing.
Yeah,
we'd be playing Post. We'd be playing Post.
Post?
Because do you think the
Or
goalie's going to show up in 90 degrees?
honestly, I like tipping the
it
net down better.
That's actually yeah.
That's
it's
safer for the pucks.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, that is. You're right.
You don't explode them like we did that one of Eric's.
What happened there? It doesn't matter. Okay.
And
super hype.
Before oh yeah, super hyped for the trip. Like that's all I've really been thinking about, other than what I did on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Which was I went into Montreal for the Habs Bruins game, and
oh yeah, dude, tell us about that.
And was just like way closer of a game than it ever should have been, considering the Habs had a fourth line of Joel Teasdale, Michael Pezzetta, and Lucas Condata, and had Frederick Allard playing power play minutes on the blue line.
Holy shit!
Like,
I know Mike Pezzetta there. That's the only one of those that I know.
Yep.
Yeah, they had even more. They had even more injuries before the game. I think Hoffman went out with an injury. Somebody else did. I don't know. I don't fucking care at this point. It's done. It's finally fucking done. So it's whatever. But yeah, it was a really fun, close game for most of it, and then they still got the loss, which was perfect for draft odds, because you gave me a fun game and you still did good for the draft odds. So perfect. I went out to dinner with my grandpa before, and we got some smoked meat sandwiches. Ooh, Montreal smoked meat, the best. Loved it. Was good to have again. The one most frustrating part of the night was I could have won a fucking free jersey, god damn it. But they had because it was fan appreciation night, they had one of the things they had was like a spinny wheel, like a Wheel of Fortune wheel with like a needle that you, and
the
like
GTA
all of the sections except for one were like for smaller prizes, but then the blue section was for a question for a jersey. And I got it to land the space before the blue section. So I won the puck. I won a puck and gave it to some kid, but yeah,
you gave it.
It was a fun night, though.
Yeah,
it was a fun night.
Fun.
And then was just the worst morning the next morning, because I was at the border for 2 hours. Because there was that long of a lineup, and they only had 2 of their 8 lanes open
and then he had to get cavity searched.
No, but like literally, I was 3 cars from the front of the line when they opened up a 3rd lane. I was so pissed. But
that sucks.
It was a fun night, though. I was glad I got in there for the last game of the year, and it was good just to see him one last time, and actually got a halfway decent game out of it. So. Yeah.
Ben, here's the question.
Oh, and I got a Saku Koivu shirt too, so that was cool.
Oh, at the Bell Center?
Yeah, they had like a little section that was like alumni shirts.
I didn't even. That's really awesome.
So yeah.
Did you? Here's my question: is there going to be a fan skate?
There is. It's gonna be literally this next coming weekend, which I was kind of. I was like, God damn! If it had been a little further out, I could have maybe like reached out to you guys and planned something.
Some stuff, yeah.
But just there was like no. When my grandpa told me, he's like, "Oh yeah, it's next weekend." I'm like, "There's no way we're gonna no." So yeah, but oh well.
That's cool.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Are you going at least?
No, probably not.
No.
I've been to so many of those fucking things.
I gotta say,
true.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more fun to bring people to it.
It is, yeah.
That happened before, like, yeah.
Well, here we go. Just kidding. We're not getting there yet. First thing I want,
Mike, how have you been?
Oh, very good. Very good. I went golfing yesterday. I sucked balls.
I mean, well, it was the first game of the year,
dude.
Right?
First round of the year, and I haven't even hit the range. So my first swing of the year was hole 1 with the driver.
Hole 1 tee shot. Yeah. I think that's what I did. I think that's what I did the last time you guys played with me up here, which
probably.
I think that was what happened.
Like I remember our first round. I think it was 2 years ago. We played at Van Patten, and I remember you playing like not too bad.
Yeah,
I think it was the first round of the season actually, and then
That's-
you blew junk.
that's what happens. Hopefully that's not what happens this year, but yeah, I always end up it gets slowly worse throughout the season. But no, it was fun. It was good weather. It was at Fairways of Half Moon, which is quite nice. They have nice.
Yeah, that is a nice course.
It's like a nice. They have like a nice brewery inside as well. Ben, you'd like that. They got some nice beers. I had
it's actually not that bad priced either.
No, it was 60 for 18 with a cart, and then I got like a 16-ounce sour beer for $8. So it's really not that bad.
You drag Danielle with you?
Let me tell you. No, so it was our friends Josh and Morgan. Josh's friend Al. Are they brothers? They're just friends? Okay, I couldn't remember. But they what's up, Connor? Welcome. They were
Connor in the chat.
Yeah. They were golfing. They were gonna go golfing, and Josh told me, and he was like, "Hey, we're gonna go golfing. Do you wanna go?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm down." And then Al's girlfriend, Lauren, is friends with Morgan and Danielle, so it was like a boys' day and a girls' day. So,
There you go.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, this sour beer, it was said sour, but I'm used to it's a little sour. This thing
A little tart.
was freaking.
Make it pucker a little bit.
It was so sour, dude. It was pure sour, but I liked it.
Oh.
Okay, so first things first, we are going to get to some hurdle just as a little break. But first things first, I did want to kind of have a little conversation here about successful or unsuccessful seasons for non-playoff teams, because obviously if you make the playoffs, it's a success.
Right.
So I guess my question would be, does anybody stick out in your mind of an unsuccessful team?
Yes, there is one glaring unsuccessful team. We all know who it is.
I think that
it's in Western Canada. It's in Western Canada.
Oh, yes.
Calgary.
Calgary, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that is a team.
God damn it.
That is a team that should not have missed the playoffs.
No. And there was just so many instances of them just fucking themselves over with
it was a combo. It was a combo deal. It was honestly, they lose two of their big guys.
Yeah.
And they try and replace them.
With the situations that weren't
work.
Really entirely in their control.
Yeah.
Gaudreau decided to sign elsewhere, and then Tkachuk was like, "I'm not gonna."
Mm-hmm.
So I think they did as well as they I can't imagine a way they could have done better. Than,
here's the problem.
They still got really good players back in.
Here's the problem. Let me tell you the problem. They did get good players back in. They got Jonathan Huberdeau, who had 111 points last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me just look. I'm pretty sure he has 50.
Yeah, it was 50 some. I saw a stat
55 points. He had half.
I saw a stat on Twitter about him. It said that he had
half.
I don't remember the exact wording they used, but it basically said they looked at last year's points and this year's points, and it was the worst drop off of a player ever in NHL history for points wise.
It's 56 points.
Which
he dropped 56 points. Holy shit!
It's good for a second line or third line guy, maybe, I don't know, but not for fucking your first line forward.
Your top winger.
That's the thing. He wasn't I think halfway through the year. A lot of the times he was getting juggled around, thrown down to the third line kind of situation. But that big of a drop, I think, suggests that that he clearly didn't get 60 points worse in the span of 6 months.
He needs somebody to play with.
And also maybe needs a different coach.
I was going to say that's
and I think that's a good point, because let's talk about the other player that was supposed to be their best player, Nazem Kadri, 91 points last year, I believe. I think he matched his jersey number. 56 points this year. So
which 91 for Kadri was always going to be like that was going to be his peak year.
Yeah.
Like he was never going to match that. I don't think, especially when you're downgrading team wise from Colorado to Calgary.
True.
But yes, it's a pretty steep drop for both of them. I don't know what happens there. I don't like you see fucking Pittsburgh's like, nah, fuck that. We're cleaning house after that big of a fuck up in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they didn't waste any time.
They didn't waste any time at all. So I wonder what goes down there.
I mean, I just hope like keep this team because everyone was talking about this team. You know what I'm saying? Like before you blow the team up, it's obvious that on paper it's a pretty decent team. Well, so if it was me, I would be looking at coaching staff and people higher up.
They basically got jack shit from Markstrom this year.
I was gonna say, don't forget the third bad wheel.
Goaltending. Yeah,
there's that. He was
because like Uyghur was supposed to go in there and help the defense. I think we all kind of knew that they had a defensive problem, right? But Markstrom played like shit. They played his backup more than him, I think, this season.
Yeah, but
he became the better option.
Yep.
It's just like
do you guys? The thing is, though, like even looking at Calgary score lines, they would outplay. Like the players on their team would outplay teams. Statistically speaking, if you would look at like, the game log,
shot wise and stuff,
hits, everything, and then they just wouldn't win. So, right? Does that come down to like, is that a player thing? To me, it's still a coach thing.
I don't watch a ton of Calgary, but like from everything everything I've heard from like Calgary writers and just Calgary side of Twitter in general is it's a lot of shots, but not a
high
lot of
quality.
Good ones. And that comes down to the way the coach has them playing in terms of how they're trying to get shots on.
Yeah.
I don't know. The one thing is the thing that I think will keep them from blowing it up is I don't think with the contracts you had to give out to Huberdeau, Kadri, and Uyghur, you're not going to get a good enough return to justify not trying it again with them.
Yeah.
So I think you got to kind of stick with them.
I mean, you can't really trade them. You're not going to trade. How much is?
And it's one season.
$7 million for 56 points.
If they come out and shit the bed again next year, then you think about maybe doing it, but like you're not going to do it after 1 year.
True.
Yeah.
True. I'd probably go.
I mean, stranger things happen. Maybe they will, but
I'd probably go for a new coach, personally.
Who is their coach right now?
Daryl Sittler.
Yeah, I would agree.
Sutter.
He's like 90, so
Sutter.
He's old.
I love the family that had a bunch of people in the NHL.
I love that clip where he's like, with his low voice, I think you had to take a shit. I love that fucking clip, man. It's so good. But I don't think he is. I don't think he's
That's
what they need.
About the NHL that, like, just in sports in general, NBA isn't quite as bad with it, and baseball isn't either now. But like hockey specifically, like you bring in these like 80-year-old head coaches. I'm like, guys, these guys haven't fucking played in. Or touch the puck, or I mean, like I get that you understand the knowledge of winning and how to play hockey and all that shit.
It changes though.
There is a new breed of hockey, and these guys are like Sutter.
We are close to 10 years out from. We're close to 10 years out from Sutter's last cup. It's a different league,
right? So it's like okay, bring in some like a guy like St. Louis is a perfect like. That's your new guard of coaching coming in, right? Like
someone who played in the early 2000s.
Ideas, not too far removed from the game.
Yeah, I agree. It's because it's so different from how it was even 10 years ago. Like the game is so different, so much faster, and there's so much more skill.
Yeah, without going on too much of a tangent, the only two like coaches that I know that are like. That have kind of worked their way up and been given a chance, like in recent history. Bednar and Cooper.
Yep.
And look at what both of them have done. With again, great teams, great players, but like also very good coaches.
Rod Brindamore?
Yeah. Well? Oh, that's another one.
He did a bunch of assistant coaching.
Very nice.
He had a little bit of probably of an easier road being the NHL like caliber he had, like the
especially with
like
Carolina too.
So, but still, like he's shown to be he's shown to be a great coach of himself as well. So yeah.
Can I real quick side note? If Jim Montgomery wins the Jack Adams,
he's probably gonna.
I'm gonna lose it. 2019, Cooper didn't win it. These motherfuckers. How has he not won it? Whatever.
I don't know.
I'm done. I'm done. That's it. He does not have a Jack Adams. This guy.
That's
John Cooper.
No, I'm like 90% sure that he does not have a Jack Adams.
I'm sure
because the NHL
wears
he
wears the cup ring on each finger and doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't care, but the fans do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
My money's on Dallas's coach.
Who is Dallas's coach?
Pete DeBoer.
Oh yeah.
I forgot he was their coach before I picked Dallas.
No. He's got it. Don't you just spoiled it, bro?
Dallas is no. Shut the hell up. Shut up.
Hold on. We're going back. All right. So we were just
first
talking
of all,
about
we're not talking about coaches.
Calgary.
Can you guys think of any other unsuccessful seasons? Anybody that probably should have done better and didn't?
Yes, Columbus.
What?
They got decimated by injuries. They were like not quite Hab. Yeah, they weren't quite Hab level, but they had. They
lost Merzlikins for a stretch too. And
they had Line
I don't know. I mean, you just look at the team on paper and like they have Line A, they have Goodrow, they've got
That's pretty much it.
Merzlikins. They
had Roslovic.
Who's the other guy that they ended up trading away? Bjorkstrand.
Like
they had him at the
beginning of
the season. Like they looked like they should have been better than they were.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah, they probably shouldn't have been dog shit.
You know who should have been better than they were?
Who?
This freaking Ottawa Senators, man.
No.
The way everybody was going on about him.
They got hurt with injuries too. They had the goalie carousel this year.
They had a pretty significant jump too.
So it's unsuccessful. It is an unsuccessful season.
So like you bring in, we can talk about it for a second. I mean, they brought in Talbot to basically make the next step, right?
And then he kind of was bad.
He got hurt. He was in and out of the lineup forever. I don't know if he played more than a month without getting hurt by something and going out for a period, right?
Yeah.
They also lost. You lose your first line center, right? Like then you got to plug and play.
That's true. That's very
the rest
true.
of your season.
That's very true.
And I was looking at their players, right? They got 4 guys, I think, that had over 50 points this year. 4,
all right.
Maybe it was 60.
They made a jump from
had like 80.
Made a jump from 26th to 21st.
Stützle had 90.
That's pretty good for a team with as many injury issues.
26th to 21st.
Yeah.
What was their point jump?
It was an 8 because they had 81 this year, 73 last year. It's a tight league.
They have 86 points.
Okay, so 13.
Okay, there we go. That sounds a little bit. I was like 7 points. That's it.
So like bringing in Giroux definitely like helped them. He had a hell of a season. He had almost 80 points.
That's not bad. I saw he finally got his 1,000th.
His age? Yeah, I would say that's pretty good. I know, like DeBrincat was definitely like not as good as he should have been.
Yeah, I think they were looking for more at him. What did he end up with for goals? Do you have that handy?
He had 66 points.
Oh yeah,
this season he had 27 goals, 39 assists.
I mean, that's not terrible.
So like, that's pretty good. But like you're looking to at least probably have 10 more goals.
Oh yeah, you definitely want you definitely at least want 30 plus. You'd probably want 40 at the way the scoring that is going now, but
right, and like so their top scorer was Stützle and he only had 39. Like they scored by committee, that's for sure, because like their top 6 guys all have 20 goals, but
that's pretty good.
The one concerning thing for me with Ottawa is it was reported after their media day shit at the end of the year that everybody does by Bruce Garrick. I don't know if that's how you say his name, but he's a pretty regular like Senators beat reporter just in that market. That there's a decent enough possibility that DeBrincat won't re-sign there.
Oh dear.
And that he might get moved at the draft. So he said, from what I heard this morning, I think we're talking about a guy who has no inclination of signing here. He said he's open to having discussions, but I found what he said was very non-committal.
I think he wants way more money than they want to offer him too.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, he definitely was, he was one of their top 5 best players on the team, obviously, but like, I don't know.
You can't pay him a shitload.
He's a 40 goal
overpay him.
He's a 40 goal scorer, but not here.
Well, yeah, but like he's changing team. Like it's a year where like I don't know. I don't think this past year of DeBrincat is like the trend of what he is.
I think it depends on who he plays with. Who was he playing with before?
That's true. I don't know. I guess it
agree with
for
that,
a while,
right? But look at how they played. I would say they played pretty well for how bad they were last year, right? So like it's just going to make them more attractive in the offseason now. Like you've got Drew for a couple more seasons. Like he's going to try and they're going to recruit some high talent free agents. Like I wouldn't be surprised to see if somebody signs there, whether it's a defenseman or like. They shored up their back end.
You got
Chychrun for a couple years now too. So
that's the big thing is Chychrun, and we'll see what 82 games hopefully with him on the back end and with Shabbat is like.
That'll change things. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on quick. Just some successful seasons. I'll go first. 100% the Buffalo Sabres. Holy shit!
Awesome season.
The fact that they were in a playoff, they actually could make a playoff spot. Up until I think they had 3 games left. Or no, I think it was up until they had 2 games left.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tight.
It's pretty crazy.
It was like
they still had a chance until way late. I was like, they could still do it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they had a great
until the Isles took it away. The Isles and the Panthers.
It's mostly the Panthers' fault, all right? Leave the Islanders rest.
It was funny that night the Islanders were playing to get their playoff spotting. So I was rooting for the Islanders that night, Eric. So I was happy when they won.
I told you guys this a while ago. My dream wild card scenario was the Sabres and the Islanders both making it in, but Florida had to just ruin everything.
Yeah,
that's
fuck them.
They suck.
Fuck them not giving me my other lottery. God damn it.
Well, don't worry, Benny. They'll be punished, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So what is, in your guys' opinion, just to stick with Buffalo for a second, what's the one thing Buffalo needs to do?
They just need to sit on their hands because they got a goalie, baby.
We get a full season of Devin Levi. That might help things.
Dude, this team, I'm telling you, Tampa's out, Buffalo's in. If Devin Levi continues what he's doing, you've got 22 years old Rasmus Dahlin. Yes, that's how young he is. Actually, he might be 23.
Damn, he's that's true. Yeah, he was not.
19 or 20. Owen Power.
Yeah,
they're gonna be good.
They're
gonna be good.
Tage Thompson's
27.
24.
I think he's 27. Jeff Skinner is an old man. Not really.
It's gonna be weird if there's like. If it's gonna be really weird if in like 4 years it's just like a Atlantic heavyweights of Buffalo,
Montreal
Detroit, Montreal, Ottawa.
This is just a full flip.
Yeah,
I could totally see that. That
would be really fun.
No.
Well, I mean, yeah, not for you.
Yeah, I think
you can take your lumps.
Yeah, if you're a Buffalo fan, you're happy after that season for sure.
And then there's one more team that had a very successful season because they're seeing playoff hockey for the first time. And that is the Seattle Kraken.
Oh, yeah, Seattle Kraken.
The biggest point jump in NHL history between
But we can get into that.
I was keeping this of teams not in the playoffs because if you're in the playoffs, it's success.
Can I say a quick piece about the Montreal Canadiens?
Oh, sure.
Because it's just going to be repeating a lot of what I've said over the course of this year, but I actually got my prediction right on where they were going to finish in the standings. I guessed 28th at the beginning of the year, and they finished 28th.
Oh my god!
I got the trajectory wrong because I was like, they're going to start off slow and then heat up at the end, kind of like Ottawa did the year before situation. It was the opposite. They were hot to start and just got injured to holy hell. But I got the placement right. But just so much of the right things happened in terms of young guys taking steps. Obviously weren't thriving, but like a core that consisted of like 4 rookie defensemen for most of the year was surviving and showing signs of being able to do it down the road. A lot of growth from a lot of key forwards. It was exactly kind of what you wanted for a rebuilding year where they're in decent enough lottery position, but weren't also like getting demolished and demoralized every night to the point where you're not taking anything out of these games and not like really learning anything here. It's just getting blown out night after night. They actually always had some amount of fight, some amount of stay in the game. They always, and we're staying in games with just such a ridiculous roster by the end with who they had up. I'm like, I don't know how you're doing this, but it was good to see. And I'm excited to see what the offseason brings because I'm expecting a couple big trades.
All right.
But we shall see.
All right. Is our Carey Price's rights going to get traded?
No, I think Pierre-Luc Dubois is coming to Montreal this summer.
Oh. Okay.
Interesting.
You mean after he wins the Stanley Cup?
No.
Winnipeg. Okay. Well, let's do a little hurdle, boys. You want to do some hurdle?
Hell yeah.
Just a little hurdle. All right.
Yes.
All right. All right. I'm doing it. Wait, don't look at that. Nobody look.
We can't. You haven't set it to stream.
No, I accidentally just showed someone's bracket. I forget whose. All right, let me do this. What the hell is that? All right. Tell me when you are ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. That's Jonathan Huberdeau right there.
Give it a go.
One shot.
Shit!
Ah.
Damn, man,
Bring
really?
that back up there. So they're not Canadian, but
Pacific Division.
Pacific Division.
30 years old-ish, and they're numbers less than 10. That's big. Pacific Division. Number less than 10. Ekholm?
Try it.
I thought Ekholm was 14.
I thought he was 4.
I have no idea.
You got traded though.
Oh, shit.
It is a
defenseman. 30 and 30 or 31. Not Swedish. US. Man, who the hell is this? Could be Finnish.
Pacific.
All right, Pacific Division. Let's think of some teams here. Here we go again. Fucking Pacific Division all over again every single time. Vancouver. You got any old guys?
Louis Eric, though he's Swedish.
He's too old.
He doesn't play there.
Yeah, didn't he go to what's it?
Plays for Arizona.
Yeah.
Louis.
Is Alex?
Oh,
Alex?
I was thinking. That's not the right name. The one that was a defenseman for Arizona went to Vancouver, but he's also Swedish. But
Well, let's think here. Vegas. They got any old D-men?
I don't even know who
I hate hurdle. I'm gonna say it. The RNG always gives us Western teams, Western players that we just don't know. Defense.
LA, somebody on LA.
That's what I was thinking.
It's not Drew Doughty, but I don't know any of their players. I don't know any of these teams' players.
I don't know what Gavrikov looks like. Maybe that's what.
He sounds Russian, but I'm gonna put it.
He is Russian.
No LA. No Russian.
It's definitely someone on the Sharks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Is it Vlasic?
Is that Ferraro? Is that Mario Ferraro? Or is he
No.
It's not Vlasic. I am gonna put Vlasic. San Jose.
Oh my god. Sharks.
I don't know anybody in the fucking Sharks, man.
Neither do I.
It's gonna be some fucking
Yeah, it's some dude that's been playing for them all year, but we still don't know them.
Because I didn't watch a fucking Sharks game this year, other than the ones they played the Habs, and it was probably only a little bit of each one.
Is it? No.
Who's number 8 on the? I feel like it's a number 8. If it's a little less than 10, it's got to be number 8.
I don't know, man.
I couldn't name a Sharks defenseman.
All right, I'm just
other than Erik Karlsson.
I'm just looking it up here. Actually, I'll look it up over here. Stop giving us these shitty fucking players, man.
And previously Brent Burns.
Yeah, I was like, Brent Burns was 88, but he's not there. He's 8 now. Fucking, I'm so pissed off now.
Well, we're doing another one if you're pissed. We're getting one.
Yeah, we're doing another one because
all right, so they've got
what do you
Mario
got?
Ferraro, Henry Thrun.
Try Thrun.
Dude. How do you spell it?
That's how you spell it, so it's not him.
Not Henry.
Try Ferraro then.
I'm pretty sure he's Canadian. Wake up, mouse. Nope.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
What else we got on the roster, Nick?
Matt Benning.
Matt Benning.
That sounds correct.
Is he American?
I don't know.
It doesn't say.
Oh, I'm not looking at it like that. What the fuck is it?
What? Wait, no, look at their numbers. Does it say their jersey number? Look at the jersey number. That's the easy.
Are you just looking at a list of names?
Yeah.
Okay, well let me see here.
Oh jeez.
Jersey number.
I thought you were looking at like the roster on the app or something. Here we go.
I am now.
Oh my god.
Jersey number J McDonald, number 9.
It has to.
Gotta go for that. Just type in McDonald, see what we got there. Jacob
McDonald. Wait. This is the person. Danielle knows this person because he used to play for an AHL team that she or an ECHL team that she worked at. Yeah.
For the Adirondack Thunder?
No, that's not where he was when she worked there. But yeah. He
cool.
won a cup with the Avalanche last season.
Wow.
Sort of. I don't think he played. God damn it. All right, we're doing another one.
Give us an Eastern player.
Just give us an Eastern player, dude. Dylan Cousins.
I give it a go.
Oh, man. Gee.
I'm mad now. God damn it. It's East. Hey, Metro. Center. Young Canadian.
Oh, my God.
Metro Center, young Canadian.
Is it a Hughes?
They're American.
They are American, yeah.
Yes. Let's think. What do we got over there? The 3 New York teams.
Is it an Islander?
New York area teams. Does that look like an Islander? Thinking. I think it's too young for an Islander. 23?
Yeah.
24?
There's some old Islanders.
Center? Who are your centers?
Try.
Not a center because
it'd
be.
What does that age say?
It is a center.
So it's a
no,
little.
I'm saying it's 22. Not an Islander center.
It's not an Islander. Yeah, it's not an Islander.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Is it Philip Hedl?
That's not a bad guess.
He's not Canadian. That's why.
Oh,
I was gonna guess
yep.
But he's not Canadian.
Bless you.
What is he?
Czech?
Yeah, I think he's Czech. You want to find out? All right, let's think. Devils.
Dawson Mercer. He's a Devil.
Maybe.
Dawson Mercer, maybe?
Try it.
Oh, not a Devil.
Carolina. Is that Kotkaniemi? No, he's not Canadian. Kotkaniemi or Carolina.
Is it Seth Jarvis?
Sebastian Aho, is it?
No, he's Finnish.
Is
it Seth Jarvis?
Jarvis, I kind of like that guess. Oh
my god!
Sniffing around it. We're sniffing around it. What else? Columbus.
Philly player.
Oh, Philly! God damn it!
Try Joel Farabee.
That would be my guess.
Farabee. Okay, Philly.
Oh,
Yep.
Philly.
23. So one of their centers.
Who the fuck are their centers?
I don't know. I didn't think they had any.
Morgan Frost.
Give it a go.
He's Canadian. I don't know if he's
Mr. Frost. Oh yeah.
Hey,
Good shit.
there
Good
we
shit,
go.
Eric. Good shit. All right, let's take a little break now so I can go punch something.
I know like three players on the Flyers, and Morgan Frost is one of them because his last name is Frost. It's very easy to remember.
That is a good name. All right. Well done, Eric. All right, we'll be back in just a second. And now, boys, after the break is time. We'll be back. Well, hello. And we're back. And it's time, gentlemen. It's freaking time. It's time for our brackets. And we're going to go first round first. We're going to go through all the first round choices first.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's what we're going to do. Yeah, get hydrated, Benny.
I'm stretching. I'm cracking my joints.
All right. Here we go. All right, here we go. So the stream right now is seeing Benny's bracket. So why don't we start there,
Benny's
Benny?
bracket?
Let's start. Where do you want to start? Let's start Pacific.
We're starting with the Pacific. All right.
Yeah. What do you? I see what you got with the Pacific, but run us through. So Vegas versus Winnipeg. What do you got? And why
As
do you
is
think?
tradition, this was a purely vibes-based bracket choices determined this one.
No research into this.
In the Pacific in particular, I had LA coming out on top over Edmonton, and I had Vegas coming out on top over Winnipeg.
Okay.
What would you like to know about my choices?
Well, why? I guess. Like you got a reason or?
LA. No, honestly, with Pacific, it's like one of those divisions where I see hardly any of these games. So, I mean, I can't really be that educated in my decisions.
I don't think you have the right graphic up.
What?
I don't think you have the right graphic up right now because I'm looking at one. The one that's on has Edmonton coming out.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Whose bracket is it?
I accidentally switched.
It's Eric's.
That was Eric's.
Oh!
That was a sneak peek at Eric's. Shit, thanks, Nick.
Yep.
LA, it just they had a close series with Edmonton last year. I think they only got better. They shored up their goaltending. They're going to be in tough against a team that has the offensive firepower that Edmonton does, but I think they can do it, and I think it'd be fun, and that's really all the reason I chose.
Yeah,
that'd be a good series.
And then with Vegas over Winnipeg, I just don't think, even with as outmatched as Vegas probably is in goal, I don't think Winnipeg is going to be able to match Vegas's scoring. So I think Vegas will take that. That's my Pacific.
And then you have. Okay. Yes. Let's move.
Oh,
on.
do we want to?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it. Who do you have winning the Pacific?
So of my two Pacific teams, I have LA beating Vegas.
And why do you have that?
Because I do think they can match the scoring, and I think they'll also be better defensively because they are much better defensively. It's Winnipeg.
It's very true. Wait. You mean Vegas?
Or oh wait.
Oh, he fucked up. Man. He fucked up.
Fuck it. They're still gonna win. Yeah. Still LA.
There you go. This is where you come from, the greatest hockey minds this world has ever seen. Fuck it.
I don't know. I can't actually make like reason-based decisions on the Pacific Division. I don't watch the Pacific Division.
Very true.
As all the viewers know, we hate the Pacific Division. So
I gotta get more zoomed in here.
Of any of the teams, like I mean them in the Central too, but like it's like my team doesn't play them, and I watch mostly my team's games. I watch some other games, but even then it's usually in conference because it's just time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know as much, but I think that'd be fun.
Moving down.
Still to know rocks.
Moving down to yes.
Are we saying the number of games as well?
I don't ever do that.
Yeah, screw that. Okay, I kind of want to skip that. I'm being honest.
All right, moving down, Benny. The Central.
Benny Central.
So I had Colorado beating Seattle just because, yeah. Seattle made the playoffs and it's lovely and everything, but yeah, I don't think that's going to be particularly hard for Colorado. And then I had Dallas over Minnesota just because Dallas has like had their problem has always kind of been like they haven't had the scoring. And they seem to have sorted that out this year to a good degree. And then you still have Jacob Ottinger, who almost won a series on his own last year.
Yes.
And as hot as Minnesota was to end the year, I don't think they're that special as a team, just generally. I
agree.
I think Dallas will take that. Yeah.
All right.
And then my matchup then would be Dallas versus Colorado. And I had Dallas coming out on top on that.
Booyah.
I think they're a more complete team than Colorado is at this point, especially with how a lot of Colorado's injuries progress, because they're dealing with a lot of different ones right now to a lot of key players, and it's just, I don't know if they'll be able to, I think they'll be able to overcome Seattle easily enough, but I don't know if they'll be able to do Dallas, so I got Dallas.
Yes. All right, sliding over to the Metro. First matchup. Big bad Carolina Hurricanes versus Eric's Isles.
So this is probably going to be one of my more questioned ones, but I had the Isles coming out on top on that one.
Same.
Just because
I also had the Isles.
Oh wow. Okay. Hell yeah. I didn't really look at other people's stuff.
We didn't see Mike's.
Well, there's also
mine's been hidden.
But I just think of any of the teams that Carolina could have gotten matched up against that would be a bit of a thorn in their heel, it would be the Islanders. In terms of Carolina's issue in the playoffs in the past has always been their scoring hasn't come through in playoff games. And one of their solutions was Pacioretty, who's not going to be in the playoffs, and Svechnikov, who's not going to be in the playoffs. And Freddie Anderson, traditionally in the playoffs, has been a mixed bag. They also have Antti Ranta. I don't know. I have it as an upset for New York.
My view is normally to skew towards the team that has the better goaltending.
And that's the other thing. Yeah, New York has the far better goaltending.
That's why I went for the Isles there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, they just play such a good style. So, yeah, I'm rooting for your boys, Rick. What about this? What about the second? What about the second matchup? A little tougher, I'd say. New Jersey and the New York Rangers.
New York.
Yes.
I think a lot of people are going to pick New Jersey. But I think it's still a team of a lot of young players who literally have never done this before. And I think New York I still think I would take New York's forward core over New Jersey's.
Good forward core.
And also I would take Shesterkin over either of the Devils goalies. Yep. So I think it's going to be a tight series, but I think the Rangers are going to win it. That's where I'm at with that one.
Yeah. No. Yeah, so absolutely. Battle of New York.
That sets up, yes, a battle, which if mine comes true and there's a Rangers New Jersey and a Rangers Islanders series in the same playoff year,
that's intense.
God bless New York City. Good luck. We'll see what happens. See how you come out of that.
So if my timeline thinking is correct, if you are correct, and myself as well, because I have the same picks, this will probably be going on when we're down there.
It probably will be if it happens.
Ooh.
Oh dear. I'm scared.
Oh dear.
I'm scared.
That could be interesting.
All right,
that's Metro.
So what do you? So you? What's your pick for the Metro winner? Who wins the Battle of New York?
Did I give my? Oh, I gave my picks for the other division winners as well.
Yes.
I have the Rangers winning that one.
All right.
Just because I think they do have the scoring to overcome the Islanders.
Yeah, dude, they went all in this year offensively. Like if everything clicks for them.
Yeah.
All right, sliding up. The big bad Bruins versus the Florida Panthers. Probably the most lopsided matchup.
Yeah, I have them beating Florida not particularly close. In my NHL one, because they asked the number of games for the first round, I had it in 5.
All right.
I have a question, Ben.
That's fair.
Why are you underestimating Alex Lyon so much? All right.
Gee, I don't know.
Goaltender.
Gee,
I don't. That's the best
I don't know. But yeah, I have Boston taking that and it not being particularly close, which I think is going to be a common call. Probably. Yeah. And then the other Atlantic Division is where it's a little more interesting. The Tampa-Toronto matchup. where there is a lot of gas being pumped in Toronto's tires right now, and I'm not so sure.
Of course,
I'm not.
I love it.
I'm not so sure about that. I have Tampa taking it, but in 7 games. In 7 games. Because it's going to go to a game 7.
Final.
It's going to go to a game 7. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are physically incapable of winning in game 7.
Yep.
Physically inept, yes.
But that sets up another fucking slobber knocker of a series, Boston versus Tampa in the second round, which is just going through the Atlantic this year is like it's not great.
It is bad.
It's not great. It's not what you want to do. If you could have avoided that, the Islanders did well avoiding that.
Yes.
Indeed.
But I have Boston coming out of that second round series over the Tampa Bay Lightning. I think that is where Tampa's 3 cup runs in a row will finally catch up to them against Boston.
That's factual. All right. Now what we're going to do, because we just did kind of go through them all, let's go zooming out. It's a spoiler. Eric, tell us about yours.
Yeah,
all right, I guess
we'll just do all of ours except for our final fours. Yeah,
We'll just zoom through this, and we can talk about. Talk about it.
I'll start in the Pacific again. The specific.
You know what? Let's go. Yeah, let's do Pacific, and then let's just talk about the Pacific, and we'll all give our picks for the Pacific.
Okay.
Just so we don't have to keep going through it, because that was
so,
poor planning on my part.
Edmonton and LA.
Yes.
See, my brackets, the thing about my brackets is some of them are vibes and what I want. Others are just like, I try to be like analytical about it. So it's this weird mess of like just garbage, I guess.
You gotta do all vibes, Eric.
So Edmonton, LA, I'm choosing Edmonton again. I just think the offense this year, I think McDavid really wants it. And I do think LA is Edmonton's toughest test, but I still think Edmonton can handle it. Especially, I think the biggest addition is having Ekholm back there. Like, it's just like a good, experienced, solid playoff D-man.
Yes.
That will help them a lot.
Yeah, so this series actually has two new D-men to it. Because LA didn't have Doughty last year, and they do have him this year.
Yeah.
As old as he is.
And Edmonton has
Ekholm, yep.
Which was a huge boost for them.
Big shot in the arm there.
At the deadline.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no disrespect to LA at all. I just think Edmonton's going to come out that first round swinging. And then Vegas and Winnipeg, same thing. Ben, without beating a dead horse. Vegas, I think the depth and the scoring, just like Winnipeg rode Hellebuck at the end of the season. I think.
I think I remember saw he played like 13 games straight or something.
Yep.
Which is just.
Yep.
I mean, I've seen it happen before.
It's insane.
It doesn't go that well usually if you do that for long enough.
Dang.
So I have Vegas winning that. I just disclaimer, for some reason, never underestimate Rick Bowness playoff teams for whatever reason, whatever freaking reason.
If some coaches know how to clog it up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And we're not talking about the toilet. We're not talking about the toilet there, folks.
You got to clog the toilet that is the playoffs.
Anyway, so that's So I have Edmonton and Vegas. Am I stopping there? Or am I going?
No. Who do you have winning the Pacific?
So Vegas and Edmonton, right? That's my final matchup. I have Edmonton beating Vegas.
All right.
I have them winning.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yep.
Let's take a look here at this is mine. So I actually, you know what? I have the same exact setup as Eric. Nice and easy.
Oh, let's go.
I think McDavid's on a mission this year.
Yeah.
They got help with Ekholm. They're beating LA. They're beating Vegas. Vegas, they suck.
Yep.
No, not
that
really.
That would actually be fun to get that matchup. We'd get a Eichel McDavid
1-2, yeah.
matchup.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I think McDavid's just on a mission. I could totally see them winning the whole shebanger.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mr. Nick. Is this Nick? Yep. Okay.
So I, like you, have Edmonton winning. for all of the same reasons that you said. I have Vegas winning their series as well. But I have Vegas beating Edmonton because I underestimated Vegas last year. I underestimated Vegas at the beginning of this year.
Oh, yeah.
They had 111 points this year, so they're clearly better than we all expected them to be.
Yes,
because we expected this year that they were going to shit the bed because they lost both of their goalies from last year, and then very much proven wrong.
That is what happened.
So I think, I don't know. I just have it's a vibe feel for me for Vegas.
This is a vibey pick.
It was a vibey pick to pick them over there.
Nice.
Bang, you're starting a trend. The vibes.
I didn't do any research. You guys remember last year I went into the regular season matchups and shit, and I was like, I'm gonna figure this out. I didn't do that this year. I just picked off of vibes basically. I was like, yeah.
Yep. That's how it should be.
All right, Nick.
I didn't spend more than 10 seconds on any of my choices.
Nick, what about your Central, sir?
My Central.
Yes.
Oh boy. Hold on.
Oh boy.
The Avalanche taking on the first-time playoff team,
so
Seattle Kraken.
I have our previous year Cup winner Avalanche. I think they're going to win that too. Just like for Ben's reasons, I think they are definitely in a weird position because they've got some injuries and they don't have the exact same team they had last year.
Different goalie.
Lost a forward. I don't think they have Landeskog back. And I don't.
No, he's going to be out for the playoffs.
Biggest thing is they don't have Cale Makar to start
at this moment,
or at least it doesn't seem like they will.
So I think that they'll be able to beat Seattle, but
yeah. Does everybody have that?
I think so. Yeah,
I do.
Yep.
Okay.
Have Colorado making out of the first round.
The other matchup with Dallas, Minnesota. I think Minnesota had a lot better. When we were talking about surprising seasons, I think that they played a lot better this year than I would have originally anticipated for them. They had that major cap problem, and they're dealing with that this season, and they're still winning, right?
And they also sold a little bit at the deadline, and then still got hot and made it. Not just made it; they did well.
Although they may have overplayed my expectations. I think Dallas is going to win that series. Dallas is definitely a more complete team than they have been in previous years. They've got their scoring situation figured out. Their defense is good. Their goalie's good.
Again.
Does everyone have that?
I have Dallas coming out of that series as well. And again, it's because I skew towards the better goalie.
Yep.
And remember, you recall Seattle's goaltending has been passable. But they've just been outscoring. They've been scoring way above normal pace. So I was like,
their shooting percentages have been high.
I don't know.
Also, important. I don't know if we mentioned this.
Minnesota's got Fleury though, so
yeah, but it's old ass Fleury.
I don't know if we mentioned this.
Also,
Fleury. Andre Burakovsky is not going to be playing for Seattle. He's out.
Dang.
So far, the first round, and again, right? Andre Burakovsky, notable playoff performer. That's a big piece for Seattle. So that's
So then that being said, right? So that sets up Colorado, Dallas for all of us.
So we all have Colorado, Dallas in the Central Final.
Yep.
And did
Nicholas?
I've got
Dallas winning.
I have Dallas.
I also have Dallas winning that series.
Do I have Dallas? The answer is yes.
Damn. Central's all the same.
We all have the same.
Big D.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that.
Central division going the same way.
Well done. I hope we all get it right.
Well, if any of us do well in the Central, we all do well in the Central.
Nice.
All right, Nick. Let's go over, or actually, Eric, I'm with you. I'm on your bracket now. So what about your Metro? I see you are playing the part of the Homer today.
Oh yeah, for sure, 1,000%.
You gotta.
I love it.
I always tell myself, imagine I'm just imagine the Islanders win, and I have it in my bracket. That would just feel really good. So the odds of that happening are kind of low. Anyway, though, we're gonna start with the Isles. I think they beat Carolina. Honestly, I think the Islanders can beat Carolina. I do. Based on goaltending, Sorokin has to like stand on his head like he usually does. And they need to get some scoring. And Matt Barzal does need to. He's skating right now. I don't know if he's going to be back for any of this first round series, depending on how long the series lasts. That is a big like.
Hasn't the Islanders scoring all been coming from like the bottom six the last stretch?
Or not like it's been coming from kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I guess maybe like the middle, like lots of second, third. I mean, I guess yeah, kind of bottom six. But Horvat has not really been scoring goals. Nelson continues to score.
Probably continue to happen because I imagine Horvat's top line, and anytime it's a top line in the playoffs, especially against if you're a team like the Islanders, they know they just all right, we cover top line, and they're just not going to get anything from them.
Exactly. This is the weird matchup of like whose depth scoring will
do
be
it
better.
Yeah.
Because both of them are just gonna be like, let's forecheck.
How
really
many
hard.
game-winning goals are going to come from Cal Clutterbuck?
I know. Let's go. Or Hudson Fasching.
What's the over/under on 2?
Hudson Fasching. Dang.
You guys have any idea who that is? Probably not.
I think he scored on the Habs the other night.
He did. He did. Yeah. Random dude. They just called him up, and then he kept scoring, and they were like, "We're gonna keep you up here, kid." Sure.
Yeah, might as well.
Very nice.
I'll take it. But I have the Islanders. Then in the Devils Rangers series, I think this was complete vibes. I just wanted to see an Islanders Devils second round matchup. But I chose the Devils if they get the scoring that they've been. I think as good as Shesterkin is, Halak is the backup, and if you can chase Shesterkin and kind of like force Halak to come in, I think you could beat the Rangers offensively. That being said, the Devils' goaltending is a little suspect to me still.
You don't want to see Yaroslav Halak in the playoffs.
That's what I mean. Playoff Halak might just be like out of his mind. Who knows? But yeah. So I have the Devils beating the Rangers. I do. I think that's a bit of a
interesting.
But yeah,
it is an interesting one.
So do I go to my
So okay.
Round?
So
wait,
does anybody not have the Isles? Does anybody not have the Isles?
Oh yeah.
Me.
Okay.
Nick. Hold on now.
I picked Carolina.
Oh, Nick's got Carolina.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, dude.
Why do you have Carolina?
I don't have any reasoning.
All right then.
It's kind of a mistake right now. I didn't realize that they were without as many people as been rattled off. So that's unfortunate. But hey, whatever.
You got to stick to
I have it going to 7.
All right.
Yeah.
I also had it going to 7.
So
I didn't do one of those fancy things that you guys did.
They're still a good team, right? So it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it does matter, but I don't know. I think they'll be okay.
All right.
We'll see. And then it's
Nick has the Rangers out of the
Rangers. Devils have Rangers.
I also had Rangers. I just think they're better. They went to the conference final, and they barely lost to the Lightning, and then they got better over the year. So
they were clicking by the end of the season. They had gotten going there, and I mean, you got Shesterkin.
Yep. Good defense, good forwards.
Their offense is just like, okay, you can shut down one line, but then they've got 2 other stacked lines that are coming right at you.
Yep, and the kid
like
line. They've got
a young kids line like Tampa had, with like, they do the same shit that the Yanni Gourde line did a couple years ago. So it's like,
coming.
Good luck.
Yep.
But and they got my boy Jacob Trouba.
God, that dude is such
Trouba train coming at you.
Such a bastard.
Good luck.
All right, yeah, and then you have the Rangers winning that, Nick, as well.
I do.
I see that.
Rangers over Carolina.
Yep. You got a very similar vibe to last year, I see.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Did you look at last year's brackets recently?
No, I mean like what actually happened last year. Like he's got like almost exactly what happening again. Rangers and Carolina in the second round, and then Rangers winning. Eric.
Yes.
Islanders, Devils. in the second round. Who do you got?
I have the Islanders because they
Yes,
played
you
the
do.
Devils really well. I have
Yes.
the Islanders again. I'm being a homer in 2 rounds. That's crazy. You know how nervous
So
that makes me?
conference finalist New York Islanders. I
From-
hope it happens
From
for you,
not
man.
in the playoffs to the conference finals, baby.
Well, I mean, it's whenever they make it. Whenever they make it there. That's the rule.
This is my reasoning.
but
Yep.
no farther.
Yep.
Well, ideally, maybe a little farther, but who knows?
I will say I have the same. I have the Isles in the Metro as the Metro champion, but they beat the Rangers for me. I think.
Wow.
I think the Islanders are just gonna suffocate them, and they have a better.
How
goalie.
have the Rangers
I think they have a
versus
better goalie.
Islanders games gone this year, Eric?
There were only 3 of them, and who? Wait, yeah, and the Rangers won. Oh my god, I should know this off the top. Who
It doesn't
won that
matter because it's a
series?
regular season.
That
I
is
know,
true
but,
because
like,
hold on, I'm curious. I need to look this up right now.
Look it up. But anyway, Nick.
No disrespect to you, Eric. I just think there's a better New York team.
Oh, dude, on paper, the Rangers are like they blow the Islanders out of the water. This is just
True.
playoff hockey vibes right now.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
weird shit happens all the
For what
time.
was it? 2 years ago, the Islanders were just crazy. When
Yeah,
was it
2 years in a
ago?
row.
I mean,
2 years in a row when the Lightning won their cups.
I still wish it had been
They
a
took Tampa to game
Islanders
6, right?
Habs matchup.
Game 6 and then Game 7.
So the Islanders won 2 out of the 3 that they played
Hey,
this season. They did.
Did they win the earlier 2?
That's a
yeah.
good question.
Yeah, did they win after the trade deadline if they played then? Oh dear. You know what? It's not important because I want to hear about Nick's Atlantic.
My Atlantic. Oh boy, here
Yeah,
we
we're
go.
jumping up to the Atlantic and we're jumping over to you. Oh
Fun
God.
stuff.
Okay.
Except for the Boston. Boston over Florida. That's
That's
not
the
hard.
easy one.
That
yeah.
is fairly easy.
So I was torn. No offense to any Toronto fans there. I was torn on
No,
this.
full
one.
offense.
Okay, fuck them.
Yeah, that's the energy. Let's go.
Full of. I'm sick of them.
So my pettiness in me was like, I want to see Toronto lose again. So I decided
Yeah,
we're going to
let's
take Tampa
fucking
in
go.
7 games. Tampa's going out of that.
Okay, so listen.
Let's
I
go.
will talk about this. First of all, I'm getting sick of all these Toronto people saying the Lightning are washed. They just got 3rd in the toughest division that hockey's seen in a good
The
few
amount
years.
of times I've heard Jesse Blake say that over the last week, I'm like, man, you are making a choice here.
I am praying.
You are making a choice.
I don't listen to those guys anymore just because of that. I can't.
It's
deal with
getting
it.
it's getting
They're
really
not that
irritating.
bad all the time, but every once in a while they lean into it, and I'm like,
Oh, dude, they
Guys.
they're like, and the hockey world revolves around Toronto. It does. I'm like, you guys haven't done anything in 17 years.
20 years ago, it did. Yeah.
my favorite is when they're like, whenever fans and Toronto fans in general are like, oh well, yeah, everybody's always talking about yeah, rent free, live in your head rent free. You're always talking about. I was like, yeah, we're always making fun of you. What do you?
Regardless.
Anyway.
Also, yes, continue.
I want the Lightning to win because it would be very nice to shut them up.
I'm glad you've gotten a taste of how fucking annoying they
Well,
are over the last few
I didn't
years.
care,
'cause
but
it's
then now
very
they're
vindicating.
like, holy shit, guys.
Yeah, it's been
Your
very
team,
vindicating.
your team has sucked for how long in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Shut
And
up.
I'll say this. I'll say this. All right, real quick. I'm just gonna say this. I feel like Toronto fans would be less annoying if they won in the first round. That, you know what I'm saying? It's however many years of pent up rage. If they won, they'd somehow be
Jesus.
less annoying.
I
They would.
don't
No,
think. I
because
think
they'd go
that's
hog
fake.
wild over one round and
Yeah.
be like the fucking best team in the world. Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
That's what I mean. Imagine how hard you could roast them. Go on, Mike. No, enough Toronto. Sorry.
That being said, I have the Leafs coming through in round 1 because
No.
everything. Listen, I hate how much they talk shit about how the Lightning are washed. The Lightning are not washed. They
They're just
have
in a really bad injury spot right
have
now.
been having a shite time.
Yeah.
This last part of the season, it's the worst time to get cold and get hurt. But
and you did
that's
both.
where we are. Yep.
Yeah.
But that's the situation. They're.
I mean, Vassy's got his Vassy switch. It'll be fine.
If he turns it on, there'll be a chance. And also, you know what? Jano got hurt. We spent a bunch of picks on Jano. But you know what?
You watched the most recent Steve Dangle podcast.
I listened to it today,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, Nick Foligno, and he's old as balls. Like,
you could hear Steve and Adam in the background just kind of trying to be like,
like that's worse. Jano's gonna play for us for years to come.
Yeah,
you guys got like 10 games of Foligno, and then he was out to Boston to wreck the league.
My only gripe about Toronto, and I would have probably picked them coming out of this series if they were in a better spot with it, is their goalie. Like, yeah, they have Samsonov, right?
And he's supposedly
how
kind
much
of
playoff hockey has he ever played? And if he goes down, they have Matt Murray, right?
Yeah.
I think their next one up is
Matt Murray is currently not healthy and is not expected to be crazy
Woll.
healthy. It's Joseph Woll will probably come in.
Who did play well against the Lightning in their last game that they played.
Yeah, but it's still rookie, who the fuck knows kind of situation.
You're definitely right there. There is like there's a better chance for the Lightning than they have in my head. Like in my head, it's done. But I've been watching them for the last month suck absolute ass. They have a playoff mode. Hopefully they turn it on.
Hey, know what they're gonna do? Know what team I watched suck absolute ass for the last month and then reverse a 3-1 series to beat the Leafs? The Montreal Canadiens. All you need is Vassy. All we needed was Carey. Let's fucking go.
If Vassy turns it on, they always have a chance. They always have a shot.
I think it's gonna be Tampa. Toronto.
So are we letting?
I'm biased, but like also I just don't. They don't have the switch.
I'm subscribing. So go. What? Sorry, Eric.
No, Mike. Are you going through the rest of your picks? I know we've spent a lot of time in Toronto, Tampa.
Yes, I can do that. I had Boston as well. I think we all do.
Yes.
Yeah.
We all have Boston.
That was the simple one.
Yeah.
Eric, who'd you have in that?
Who'd you have for Toronto, Tampa?
I will offer that. So I have Toronto as well. I'm going to preface this. I think the Lightning have a better chance of winning. I would love to see the Lightning win. That'd be great. But what I think is going to happen is Toronto is going to finally win in a Game 7. Or, you know what? Not even a Game 7. They're just going to win a series. They're going to be all happy. Then they play Boston in the next round and get absolutely steamrolled.
I agree.
That would also be quite funny.
I think that's what's going to happen.
That's what I think is going to happen. That's the only reason, Mike. I'm cheering for your boys. I'm cheering for your boys too. But in my bracket, that is what I think would be hilarious.
That's what I'm doing. That I have the same setup as you, but I will also be cheering for the Lightning. Obviously,
that would be quite funny.
That would be pretty good.
So then that's a 2-2 up to have a Boston Toronto.
Yeah. So we have Boston Toronto. You guys have Boston Tampa. So for me,
both amazing.
So you and me, Eric, do you have Boston?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And here's a big thing with Boston too, is I like looking at goalies. So obviously normally you'd think I'd go
They
Tampa.
have two really good ones.
They have, if one goes down, they got another one that's almost as good. Like they just have like an impenetrable fucking team. Obviously, they won 65
and it's
games.
like a weird case of where it's two goalies that have like really accepted the tandem situation and like kind of thrive off of it. Like sometimes you'll get some bad blood there if it's like too tight of, but like it's their thing. Like so that's a really. Yeah, that's a good part for them to have.
I mean, I'm just gonna put this out there. When the Islanders beat the Bruins in the playoffs, it was with their Varlamov-Sorokin tandem, and Varlamov ate those games against Boston. That's one of the reasons that the Islanders beat Boston. So Boston's like, you know what?
Taking notes.
So you guys have.
I'm giving the Islanders too much credit here. Yes, Swayman and Allmark are amazing.
I got Boston coming out of there. Eric's got Boston coming out of there. I believe Ben's got Boston coming out of there.
At a Boston Tampa series.
At a Boston Tampa series, yes.
Yeah.
I've got a Boston Tampa series with Tampa coming out of it.
Nick thinks the Magic is still alive.
Nick's like, they're running it back a fucking again, boys.
The Magic is still there, y'all.
I don't know why. I don't know why. Right. I just have this weird feeling that they've got one more run.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's
I hope you're right, man.
any
I don't know if you caught me here or caught it, whatever.
What?
But I don't know. Points just like I think I had a point on my fantasy team this year.
Oh, what a beast.
He was good.
I think so. 51 goals, baby.
Granted, one guy's
got the pass at the end,
but like they're
Last
still
game.
good. These guys have gone to what, 4 cups in a row?
3 cup finals in a row. And they won the first
3 cups
2.
in a row. I don't know. You got a lot of fucking experience. I sure they have some injuries, but like who doesn't?
I think so. Here's the issue: is I think it's too much experience, and their old guys are old as balls, like Corey Perry and Pat Maroon.
How effective are they at this point?
In my opinion,
dude,
those are the guys that are going to win you your series.
Dude, when those guys are out on the ice, if they're in their own end, I'm like, well, shit, there's a goal. They're so bad.
Yeah, they're getting to the point where it's like it might be time.
It's not good. Like done. I'm pretty sure Perry's contract is up. I think Maroon's contract is up. I think we probably don't re-sign them. Like, I love those guys and I like what they bring, but it's not working anymore. So,
well, honestly, you have Jeannot as a guy that can maybe be that kind of guy.
Yeah, and we got Jeannot when he comes back to be the big bruiser. But you know what?
Okay,
I may eat my words, and if Corey Perry gets like 6 goals in the first round,
I mean,
I may eat my own words, and I'll be happy with it.
Maybe like 2. That might be the holy crap.
Yeah, if he gets 2, I'll be like, yeah. So you have the Tampa coming out of the Atlantic.
Mm-hmm.
Dang,
that's wild.
Dang. All right, so there we go. We've gone through all the first few rounds. So let's go to the West again. West final, Nicholas. You have Dallas. You have Dallas.
I have Dallas. Vegas.
And Vegas, yes.
Yep. I have Dallas winning that series.
So you have Pete DeBoer getting his revenge.
Yes, the Pete DeBoer revenge tour.
He's going to lead that team right on through
to victory. All right, what do you guys have?
You're going to find out if that's what my thoughts are in a few minutes. So.
Well, I can't zoom in that far, so everybody else already knows. Eric.
So I had Dallas and Edmonton as my Western final.
Yes.
Right? And I had Edmonton winning that.
Very nice. Do you have a particular reason?
I just think at that point, if Edmonton's going through, like they're that
close.
Can
their goalie play hold up? That's my only concern.
That's the question there.
That's fair.
That would be their one
even
chink
start?
in the armor. Oh, they're going to start Skinner. They got to start Skinner.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, they
have to.
Jack Campbell's been too bad
this year.
Yeah, like it's not like it's a guy who was good for a lot of the year and was like shaky to end it, but maybe had like a couple good games toward the end, like what Vasilevsky did. Like no, you got to go Skinner.
So you got Stuart Skinner, and then if he does get hurt, then you've got old Jack Campbell. All right.
Which who knows? He has been solid at times in the playoffs. Jack Campbell has, but like this year, man.
To be fair, Mike Smith got the Oilers to the West Final,
a conference final.
Year, to be fair, so anything can happen, man. Technically, they did get better, I think.
Yeah, technically.
That's gonna get him all the way to the Cup final.
And how many all Stuart Skinner has to do is not leave the net at the worst possible times, and then they're good. That's it. He just has to not end up on Steve Daggett.
Like, so didn't Nugent Hopkins had over 100 points this year, didn't he?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, did he?
This is his best season.
I just
hit 100
by a lot.
Also, guys, this is important. I know a penalty kill is huge in the playoffs, but look at Edmonton's power play. Think about that power play in the playoffs and how key that is. That's huge.
Yep, that could definitely change.
That's the thing.
That's also true.
Not to just derail it, but that was a major reason why I rolled with the Rangers on the other side of
their power play is unreal.
Okay, if you can shut down power play 1, okay, you've got another power play 1 unit coming straight at you.
They got some ridiculous things they can do, because you can between 2 separate power play units, you can have Kreider, Zibanejad, Tarasenko, Kane, or you can have them all on one, or you can, and then it's not even including Hedel. It's not like all these. Yeah,
they're gonna be a problem until the Isles take them out.
So
I wanted to say, they have the same mentality for me.
Same vibe.
I have Edmonton coming out of the West. Who's going next?
Well, I won't spoil it, but I will spoil it. The rest of us have Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Benny's got a LA Dallas final.
And I have Dallas coming out of it because of a team that both have kind of like gotten their defense and scoring situations sorted out and kind of situation. I think Dallas wins the goalie battle. And also Jason Robertson.
What a beast.
Jason Robertson. I have Dallas coming out of that one. I think there's more there. Joe Pavelski, playoff guy. I just have Dallas coming out of that one.
They've got their 2 they've got the seasoned veteran guys and Ben and Sagan too, right? Like they had a quiet year, but they played good. Hintz is an amazing center.
Hintz is unreal. Yeah, he's really good.
When it gets to the playoffs, it comes down to so much more often. Where like there's some blowout games, but there's not many. So like so much more rides on just a goal or 2 here and there, and like it's just so many of those kind of guys where I think they're gonna have it in those moments over the LA team. Just because the LA team, I mean, they have some veterans still stuck around there, but a lot of them are younger and like it's still kind of figuring it out. Although their center depth is pretty good. LA center depth is pretty fucking good. But I still have Dallas coming out of that one.
Yes, I have Dallas coming out as well, but they beat the Oilers for me. I think they take out the Oilers. Get them out. Goalie, defense, everything skews in Dallas's favor except offense, and that's the one thing that doesn't matter as much in the playoffs usually.
Yeah, because you can hook and cross-check McDavid a lot more in the playoffs.
Yeah, and
that's
like
right.
McDavid has had problems in the last couple of years of like not getting the calls
because they drape themselves all over him, and then they don't call it.
Yeah,
but also you guys are forgetting.
We know NHL reffing as good as we do. You know the same shit's gonna happen again this year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's not gonna change this year.
Yeah.
But also McDavid earned himself some calls by having 150 something.
I don't think so.
No, maybe.
NHL reffing.
He needs to give out some signs.
Doesn't work like that. He has to give out some all the refs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nick, you're the only one we haven't heard from yet.
For the
West final.
West final was a Vegas Dallas final, and I have Big D coming out of it too.
The Big D.
For all of the exact same reasons you guys said. I don't know. They're good this year.
There's a little something there. Little something. All right, I'm gonna go first this time because I haven't gone first yet.
Do we have Stanley Cup finalists Dallas Stars and all of them? Or wait, Eric, what did you have?
Eric's got the Oilers.
Edmonton. I had Edmonton.
Yep.
Right.
So 3 of us have the Stars. Eric has the Oilers.
Hey.
Nick's booing him. All right, so for my East final, I have a Boston Islanders final. And listen. This was gonna be the pick where I was gonna be like, listen, this is the team that'll beat Boston because they have a good goalie. They play a trap style. They're tough. They're hard to play against, but I don't think so because Boston has 2 good goalies. And that was literally my only reason. So yeah, I think Boston makes it through that with a lot of bumps and bruises, but I think Boston's my pick for the East final, the East finalist.
So everything you said, I agree with. Also, I think at that point, Boston just knows they get those big goals from players and they need to, and at that point, usually the Islanders and just struggle with that. So, yep.
All right. Who wants? Benny. Benny's got a Boston Rangers final.
I do, and I have the Rangers.
Real good.
Rangers coming out on top.
Oh.
So this would be high-flying, high-scoring series, and also the rule is the President's Trophy team does not win the Stanley Cup. I have the New York Rangers coming out of the East.
Wow.
There we go. Nicholas.
That's the same reason why I had Tampa beating Boston the round before, is because the President's Trophy team can't win the Stanley Cup.
Very rarely wins the Stanley Cup. Every once in a while, most of the time doesn't.
I get it. I get that it doesn't logically make sense that they were as good as they were this year. To me, because they're so old.
They also won a lot of close.
There was a lot of close games.
There was a lot of close games. There was 2 close games against the Habs in the last month and a half of the season.
So I don't know.
They are beatable.
Yes, that's
it's
why
going to be tough, but they are definitely beatable.
So my East final was Tampa Rangers, and I was.
So same conference finals last year.
Yes, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't want to have the same finals as Ben, so I I personally think that the Rangers will win it, but bracket wise, I got Tampa going one more time because.
All right. So there you go. So Nick actually thinks it's going to be the Rangers, but as far as his bracket is concerned, he put the Lightning.
I didn't want Ben to say it like he did at the beginning. Oh, you got me my bracket.
But he did it anyway. All right. I mean, hey, man, the Lightning, if they make it that far, who knows?
So then that sets me up for what was it? Three years ago?
Yeah, the 2020 final, 2020 Cup final for Nick is Tampa Dallas. And let me ask, who do you have there and why?
I got Big D coming out of it.
The Big D.
Wow.
They're gonna enact some revenge against Tampa because they're old and worn down, and if they get into another finals game, they're gonna be tired lads.
Well,
also you got Dallas coming out of the West, which I mean,
my whole
deal with Colorado, but it's a lot easier.
Did we say that the team coming out of the West is probably going to win it because they're going to get the East team's going to get the shit kicked out of them?
We said this weeks ago, and that's the same time that I said I kind of like Dallas, and nobody remembered. And then everybody picks Dallas.
I'm just going to say
we subconsciously put it in our heads, and Mike.
I did.
Tampa Bay got the crap kicked out of them by the Islanders 2 years in a row and still won both those years.
That's true.
Just saying. But still, yeah.
Eric,
so let's roll.
Eric, you have a Boston Oilers final.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy now that I'm like repeating this. I still think Edmonton somehow. I'm just
McDavid.
saying
Hey,
McDavid
listen, McDavid.
McDavid's Stanley Cup champion.
He's good enough to do it by himself. I really think that he is.
You guys think that if Edmonton doesn't make a deep playoff run, do you think he's going to try and force his way out of there?
I mean, I think they've already made their I don't know. Like they made the conference finals last year. Do you think they need to get?
I think if they don't,
second round.
I think if they don't shore up their goaltending, holy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Stuart Skinner or something, maybe.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, I can't believe my Cup finalist is like the team with Stuart Skinner as the goalie. That's kind of like psychotic now that I think about it.
Your Cup winner is the team with Stuart Skinner as the goalie.
Yeah, that's kind of psychotic. Yeah, well, why not?
As a fan of a team who had a rookie win it two different times, you never know. Ken Dryden, Patrick Waugh. But I don't know if
that was different times.
I don't know if Stuart Skinner is quite either of those guys, but
Connor McDavid.
Ben has the Rangers out of the East, Dallas out of the West.
Ooh,
he also has Dallas,
and I have Dallas coming out on top.
You've Dallas coming out, nice.
Yeah, I just like Dallas this year.
Interesting.
Vibes. Dallas has the vibes.
Dallas has the vibes, man.
I had Boston, Dallas in the final, and I have Dallas because Boston has to play Florida. That's not
which
easy.
is going to be short, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be they're going to be hard games.
You know Kachuk's going to make it hard on them.
Yeah, that's not.
It's going to be a series of
team.
Kachuk going against Marchand. There's going to be bad stuff happening.
Well, that's going to be fun.
Then they play Toronto in what could be their easiest series as far as like toughness is concerned.
Which isn't even really easy anymore because they added a lot of guys this year.
Or if they have to play Tampa, right?
Or if it's Tampa, that's not going to be easy either.
No.
So there's 2 in a row that are kind of tough, and then they have to play the GD Islanders in my bracket. And if they don't, they play probably the Rangers, which is not going to be easy either.
Yeah.
With Jacob Trouba. Say it with me, Nick.
Just taking heads off left and right.
And then so then they play either the Islanders or the Rangers, or I guess the Devils technically. But if they play the Devils there, that'll be their easiest series. But they're gonna be beat to shit, and they're all old. So I see some injured players playing there, and Dallas is just not gonna have that tough a time, I don't think. Because even like Minnesota's not that tough. When you think about it, at least not in my mind. The Avalanche, they're good, obviously, cup winners, and they have some toughness to their game, but not as much as the East does. Then the Oilers,
similar.
Vegas.
If you can shut down their top guy, if you can shut down McKinnon, then you're good. If you can shut down Kaprizov, you're good.
Yeah.
Who else is going to hurt you from Minnesota?
Yeah, but Dallas is
Ryan
Ryan
Matt Boldy.
Yeah, Matt Boldy. He was actually really good.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like we said, whoever comes out of the West, it just, at least to the eye test, it just looks like it's going to be an easier road. Which is what happened last year. I think it's going to happen again.
I think you're going to see that for a while, though, because the East is not going to be easy for the next 5 years, regardless.
Oh yeah, it's going to be this way for a while.
If Boston falls off after this year, which
wouldn't that be wild, huh?
They're not going to fall off to the degree where they're I don't think they're going to fall off the degree they're out of the playoffs.
I don't either, but I'm just saying, you have up and coming teams. You've got Detroit, you've got Ottawa, you've got Buffalo, all who have young, solid teams.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, they might leapfrog. Let's say Buffalo leapfrogs into a spot. Does anybody want to really play Buffalo if they really do have Devin Levi playing good?
Yeah, I gotta see a little more out of Devin Levi. But
yeah, he's only got 3 or 4 games under his belt, but he looks good.
But it looks promising.
Yeah. Well, Buffalo, it's all about toughness and tough to play against. The Islanders are the quintessential tough to play against team. They play you hard. They finish their checks. Same as the Lightning. And
make everything annoying.
As much as I love the Lightning, they do the extra stuff very well. The extracurriculars very well.
Because they know they have to. They're smart.
Those are 2 teams. Buffalo won't be like that in a few years, but that's beyond. That's aside from the point, which is 3 of us have Dallas as the cup winner, and 1 Eric has the Oilers. But we all have a Western team winning it. And all for the same reason.
My fan in me
How about that?
wants to see the Rangers win it just because I think it'd be cool to see a New York team win a championship again. It's been a little bit. Since the New York team in any sport has won anything.
And
the NHL, I think it's been since '94.
The Yankees haven't won
think about
forever.
Yeah, and imagine you could that one guy could shove it right in what the hell's that ESPN guy? Remember? There was what's the closest New York team to a championship? And the guy said the New York Rangers. And then the guy was like, they don't count.
Stephen
A. Smith. That's it.
Smith.
You can shove it right up his ass.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I would like to see that.
They don't count. Why did you say the Rangers don't count?
Yeah, well,
because he was making a hockey joke because it's it's fucking hockey, kind of thing, which is a wild thing to do when ESPN just signed the fucking rights deal. Which he put out a Twitter. He was I was fucking joking, kind of thing, and tried to play it off, but no, he was kind of anyway.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Here's my question for all of you. I know the answer for Eric and Mike because they obviously have teams in the playoffs, right?
Yes.
But Ben, if you're gonna pick a team, which one are you putting your money on, and who do you want? Like personally, do you want to see win? Is it Dallas?
Who are you
or is
bandwagoning on?
Who am I bandwagoning on? Let me.
LA because of Phil Deneau.
Yeah,
it's the easiest. It's the easiest fucking thing, man. Who else is it gonna be? He's gonna find the one with the hat
Ben
on it.
looks this up. Mine is, I think you guys probably know, is the Rangers.
I honestly,
if I'm not a Senators fan, I'm a Rangers fan.
I thought you were gonna side with Dallas because of Brian.
No, I mean I like Dallas. Right?
Fuck him.
I think they have a great team.
Dallas.
Ben bought me a Rangers jersey for a reason.
Oh yeah, the Liberty jersey. Yeah.
Dallas or LA would be fun, but I honestly think my bandwagon one I would hope for would be the Islanders. I like the Islanders. I've always kind of liked the Islanders. Like I've never had a problem.
There
with
you
the
go, Eric.
Islanders.
You have a brother in arms.
Wow. I can't believe this. Nick is becoming a Rangers fan in front of me, and Ben likes the Islanders. I don't know what to do.
I've always been fine with the Islanders. Like that's never like it's always just been a team where I'm like, yeah, dude, cool.
Socially okay to have a second favorite team these days though. Like I feel like if I go around saying, "Oh, I'm a Rangers fan," people are gonna be like, "No, you're not. You like Ottawa." I'm like, "No, I like other teams other than just my team."
Also, Ben, me and you, we always share stuff like how similar, like the Islanders and the Habs are like very similar in a weird amount of ways. Just like whether for better or for worse.
Yeah,
also,
oftentimes worse.
Oftentimes worse. But I do want to say, like, definitely. So, all right, obviously, my answer to this would be like I'd love to see the Islanders win. But as much as, all right, the Islander fan of me, obviously, like, if, all my Rangers fan friends are just never, if they win, are never gonna, like, stop talking about it for the next, 5 years.
Yeah.
But, like, it would be really good for hockey. It would be really good for New York. Like, I mean, look at that Rangers team. Like, it's an amazing team. Like, it would make sense. Like, last year when Colorado was, like, everyone was like, look at their roster. This guy, right? Like, it's, like, good when rosters like that win,
Yeah.
But I guess, like, if not the Islanders, I mean, I guess for me, there are a few, like, I know they're playing them, but, like, the Hurricanes they've been, like, right there every year, and they always have great seasons, and I kind of would love to see them, like, bring one home. That'd be kind of cool.
Second choice, it'd be fucking hilarious if Seattle went far.
That was another, yeah.
That's my team I'd like to see go.
That's my second team, yep. Seattle
Imagine they make it. Imagine it's Seattle Vegas West Final and Seattle wins.
That'd be sick. Fun.
That'd be so sick.
That'd be awesome.
Yanni Gourde, baby.
Yeah.
All right. I think that does it. Let us know your bracket picks down below. Who do you think's winning the cup? You guys got anything else? Or can we end this thing? I can pee and eat some food.
I think I'm good.
I think it's time to call it.
Oh, right. One more thing.
Oh,
the Carolina Hurricanes tweeted they think that a Sebastian Aho will win the series, and that's all.
So, nice. So if we return next week, we're going to be into
we will be series. 2 to 3 games
probably,
in.
Yeah, probably.
Depending on when we play, or depending on when we do this. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We will see. Lightning play on Tuesday. Do the Isles play Monday?
Tomorrow, 7:00. They're the first game.
Oh
Carolina
shit!
Islanders,
we're gonna be like 3 games.
The Stanley Cup playoffs are being kicked off by the New York Islanders.
Hey, I might watch that one.
Oh, I gotta get Hulu Live TV.
Hulu Live, baby. We got to do that too.
I've got YouTube TV, so I'll be good.
I'm gonna rage about fucking ESPN Plus not having.
All right, we gotta go.
Games.
We gotta go, everybody.
What the fuck? What is this? Anyway.
They should have playoff games. Okay, we'll see everybody next week. Enjoy some playoff hockey. Peace out.